Hi everyone, my name is Keisha Grant. I'm a news anchor for NBC Connecticut. That means I bring the news into your home every single day. But today, we're going to do something a little different. I know a lot of you are at home right now, just like me and my children, Arabella and Grant. So we have a super fun show just for you. We have weather experiments, art ideas, and you're going to learn a lot about Connecticut. We're connecting you to fun. Are you ready? Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
We're ready. Here we go.
This is an NBC Connecticut special presentation.
Welcome to Kids Connection.
Let's start with something fun you can do at home with your entire family. Here's my co-anchor, Mike Heideck, with his family.
All right, thanks, Keisha. We are trying to keep busy just like so many of you at home, and we thought a family art project might be a really cool thing to do. So that's what we're gonna try. Welcome to the Heideck home. This is my daughter, Molly.
Hello.
She's gonna be the chief artist. This is my son, Patrick.
Hello.
He is in charge of logistics. And my wife, Maggie, who does not want to be on camera. This is one of the supplies. What is this?
Tape.
Tape. Okay, what other supplies do we need to do this project, Molly?
We need Crayola, washable paint, and we need a glass surface.
And what are we making?
A homemade stained glass window.
All right, and look, here's Finnegan. He's gonna be a part of it too, and we are gonna get started. Okay, so one of the things we did to start off is put green tape all around the outside. Why did we do that?
Because we don't want to get the paint that we're going to put on the window onto the sides.
Right, so we also put down a drop cloth on the floor. One of the things we're gonna do is mark off a certain number of inches so it's even on each side. So we have every 5 inches we have a mark here, and then on the side tape we made similar marks, and that way the tape, the lines will be straight across to your marks. See these marks here? And we're doing a, what kind of pattern?
A checkerboard pattern, but sideways. So grab a paintbrush and then grab the orange paint. Now that I'm looking at the way it's going, I like it. Mom, we should send this to my art teacher.
Maybe.
I'll do yellow, you do green then. I'll give you your favorite color. Whoa! I'm really excited to see this complete. So you see this one? The triangle is going to be a cloud. So if you want to do the white cloud, you can grab the white. Okay, it's almost done. Patrick's just gonna finish that one up and we're good. All right, ready? Yep. Set, go!
You don't have to go, don't go fast.
All right, don't go fast, don't go fast.
So there's your finished product, your very own homemade stained glass window. How cool is that? It's cheap, it's a lot of fun, and it can keep you busy when you're stuck at home like all of us are these days. So for my daughter Molly and my son Patrick,
Tape.
and my wife Maggie, thanks for joining us at the Heideck Homestead. Hey, how would you like to learn more about Connecticut by going all around Connecticut? Did you know that Connecticut has 169 cities and towns? And no matter which one you live in, one of the best things about living in Connecticut is how close we all are to the shore, a bustling city, a quiet town, a farm, or even a mountain. There is so much you can do right here in Connecticut, and a fun way to see it all is from the sky. Check out these great views of Connecticut from Drone Ranger, the NBC Connecticut drone. Today, we're going to show you two of Connecticut's biggest cities, Hartford and New Haven, from a bird's eye view. Connecticut has been around for a long time. In fact, our state was one of 13 original colonies. Hartford is our state capital and was founded in 1635, making it one of the oldest cities in the United States. Hartford is also home to the oldest art museum, the oldest public park, and the oldest newspaper in the country. One of the coolest buildings in Hartford is this one, the state capitol. This is where the governor and state politicians work on signing bills into laws. The top of the building is called the Gold Dome. You can see it from the highway the next time you drive by. The Capitol also overlooks beautiful Bushnell Park. Hartford was also home to a very famous American author named Mark Twain. Have you ever heard of Mark Twain? He wrote classic stories, including The Adventures of Tom Sawyer and The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. Back in 1871, he moved his family to Connecticut, and then a few years later into this house in 1874. It is now known as the Mark Twain House and Museum. You should visit it someday. It's really neat. One of our favorite places in Hartford is Dunkin' Donuts Park, home of the Hartford Yard Goats. During baseball season, families can come by and watch a game, eat a hot dog, meet some baby goats, and hang out with the team mascots, Choo Choo and Chompers. You can even have your picture taken with Snow Monster at the NBC and Telemundo Connecticut guest services area. About 45 minutes south of Hartford is another great Connecticut city, New Haven, nicknamed the Elm City because there used to be tons of elm trees on the green. New Haven is also a port city. That means it's built next to the water to allow boats to visit and bring supplies. The city is located on New Haven Harbor, which is on Long Island Sound, and that flows to the Atlantic Ocean. Marking the entrance to New Haven Harbor is the 5 Mile Point Lighthouse. It is named that because it's 5 miles from downtown New Haven. This lighthouse helped guide sailors into port for decades, but in 1877, the light was extinguished. 5 Mile Point Light is now a part of the Lighthouse Point Park, which also includes the Lighthouse Point Carousel. Another place that New Haven is known for is Yale University, one of New Haven's many colleges. Founded in 1701, it's the third oldest university in the whole country. Many famous people have attended Yale, including Eli Whitney, the inventor of the cotton gin, and Presidents George W. Bush and Bill Clinton. High above the city of New Haven is East Rock, which formed 200 million years ago. On top of the rock is the Soldiers and Sailors Monument, which was built in 1887. This statue can be seen for miles around. Families can visit East Rock, hike the trails, and even look out at New Haven from high above. All around Connecticut, you'll find amazing places like Hartford and New Haven. And thanks to Drone Ranger, we'll be able to show you them all. Next time on All Around Connecticut, we'll head to Waterbury, also known as the Brass City, and we'll share why it got this unique name.
Coming up next, we'll show you a cool science experiment using shaving cream that you can do right at home. Plus, what do you want to be when you grow up? All aboard! We're getting ready to learn about trains. While you and your family are spending time at home, many local museums are offering virtual experiences. So, what does that mean? You can see inside them from your living room. You can take a tour of the Mark Twain House and Museum. Find out the story behind one of America's most beloved authors. The New England Air Museum is located in Windsor Locks near Bradley International Airport. You can head to their website for virtual tours inside some airplanes. We'll be right back with more Kids Connection on NBC Connecticut.
You're watching Kids Connection on NBC Connecticut.
Hi everyone, I'm NBC Connecticut meteorologist Josh Singerdelli. You may have seen me on TV before, telling you whether it's going to be sunny, rainy, or cold. My fellow meteorologist Caitlin McGrath and I are having fun with science today, and we want to share it with you. Today we're learning about clouds. You might be wondering the one basic question: how does a cloud form? Well, it's actually really simple, and it has a lot to do with the water cycle. The water cycle is how water circulates between the oceans, land, and the atmosphere. The sun beats down on the Earth's surface and causes water from oceans, lakes, and rivers to evaporate. This creates water vapor rising into the atmosphere. As the water vapor rises high into the sky, it rapidly cools off and turns into water droplets. And those water droplets are what creates clouds. Let's talk about some of the different cloud types we see outside. Today we'll talk about cirrus, cumulus, stratus, and nimbus clouds. Cirrus clouds are located very high in the sky at a height of 20,000 feet. They appear thin and wispy, and these clouds are so high in the sky, they're actually made out of ice crystals. Cumulus clouds are white, puffy clouds that kind of look like cotton candy. These clouds are considered low-level clouds, typically at a height of less than 7,000 feet. Stratus clouds are also low-level clouds, typically forming between the ground and 7,000 feet. These clouds appear flat. Nimbus clouds are clouds that produce precipitation. They are often very large and dark. This is the cloud type that you would see during a thunderstorm. I hope you enjoyed the brief lesson on clouds. Now it's time for the science experiment. We'll send things over to my friend, meteorologist Caitlin McGrath.
Now that we've learned all about the water cycle and how clouds form, we're going to make our very own cumulus cloud, a rain cloud. For this experiment, you'll need a tall, clear glass or vase filled almost all the way filled with water, food coloring, and shaving cream. So we already have our water in our vase or glass, and that's going to represent the air underneath the cloud. To make the cloud itself, we take our shaving cream and pour it right on top of the water. Now that we have that nice, fluffing, towering cumulus cloud, a cloud that typically forms rain, we're going to create the rain. So to do that, we take our food coloring, slowly drop it on your cloud, and as the food coloring starts to build in our cloud and make it heavier, we start to see the rain.
Coming up, we're chugging right along in NBC Connecticut's Kids Connection.
Woo-woo!
All about trains, next.
Okay kids, now that we learned how clouds make it rain, it's time for some weather trivia. Let's see how much you know. Our first question is, how many seasons are there? 2, 3, or 4? The answer is 4. Okay, next, what are the 4 seasons? The 4 seasons are spring, summer, winter, and fall. And finally, how many days in a row does it have to reach 90 degrees or above to be considered a heat wave? 2, 3, or 4? The answer is 3. We'll be right back with more of NBC Connecticut's Kids Connection.
You're watching Kids Connection on NBC Connecticut.
When I Grow Up was one of our favorite segments on Kids Connection. It's our chance to learn what kids like you all over Connecticut are dreaming about doing when you grow up. Do you know what you want to be? If you're still not sure, maybe this local viewer will give you an idea.
2, 1.
Meet Jackson. Jackson's 4 years old and lives in a town near you called Farmington.
When I grow up, I'm gonna be a train conductor. Woo woo!
Wow, looks like someone's already dressing for the part. We love that outfit, Jackson. Now, you know, if Jackson grows up to be a train conductor, he'll be working on one of the greatest inventions in human history. Before these things, cell phones or computers or video games, the steam train was one of the most important inventions of all time. For most of human history, when people wanted to go anywhere, they didn't have a lot of options. They either walked, maybe made a boat, or used an animal perhaps to help them get around. For thousands of years, it didn't matter if you were a caveman or a king. If you had to go from one place to another, that's how you did it. Each was perfectly fine, but each took a long time and limited how much people could bring with them. The invention of the steam train meant for the first time ever, people could travel long distances and do it quickly. Wherever trains traveled, towns and cities popped up and popped up fast like never before. And trains moved quickly. A trip that used to take weeks on horseback would take just hours by train. And trains didn't just move people. Trains made it possible to deliver the things we need, like food and toys, from one place to another in record time. Did you know that the clock in your town and the clock in my town, they're set to the same time, all because of the invention of the train? Before the train, the clocks in my town might have said 3 o'clock when the clocks in your town said 3:15. But after the invention of the locomotive, towns everywhere had to set their clocks to the same time established by the railroad. That way, everyone would know when to catch their train. Of course, that only helps when you're on time, right? Well, these days, nearly every country and city on Earth has a train system. There are so many trains crisscrossing the world, we have to make sure they share the road safely with cars. So be sure to keep those eyes open, Connecticut. One day you might get on a train to go somewhere new and spot a familiar face helping you get there. Have you ever dreamed about being a train conductor when you grow up? Maybe you're dreaming about being something else. Well, with your parents' help, send us a video telling us what you'd like to be when you grow up. And you might end up on Kids Connection just like Jackson. So parents, make sure you hold your phone like this horizontally when you record. And kids, if you're shy about being on camera, that's okay. Just send us a drawing of what you want to be when you grow up, and your drawing might end up appearing on this show. Until next time, keep growing and keep dreaming.
Up next, it's story time. Snuggle up for a cool story about ocean animals. Speaking of animals, Connecticut zoos and aquariums are also offering virtual visits. The Mystic Aquarium is offering live demonstrations from animal care professionals every day at 11 a.m. on their Facebook page. They also have a live camera on their website where you can see the African penguin habitat. If land animals are more your speed, Connecticut's Beardsley Zoo has a live camera featuring animals such as the red panda. Kids Connection will be right back.
Welcome back, kids. Now it's story time. I'm going to read you an awesome book about animals. It's called Waterbeds Sleeping in the Ocean. Have you ever wondered where or how fish and other animals that live in the ocean sleep? This is going to give you an idea. I'm going to read it. And again, the book is by Gail Langer-Kowalski. It's night, little person, and you're tucked in your warm, dry bed. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to sleep in the deep, deep sea? Orcas sleep as they glide side by side in their pod. 4 minutes of rest, then up to breathe. Up they come, one after another, a rhythmic dance of black and white in the blue sea. Harbor seals may haul out on the shore or hover in the sea. With flippers tucked against their sides, they hang like bottles in the water. Only their slick foreheads, closed eyes, and whiskered snouts poke above the surface. Dolphins nap, half asleep, one eye closed to rest, one eye open to watch. Asleep in the deep can be dangerous, so wide-awake dolphins swim around the sleepyheads and keep them safe. Manatees sleep in warm rivers and in the sea. They rest both the snout and the tail on sandy riverbeds. Every few minutes, they rise like bubbles to the surface and breathe. Slowly, they sink to snooze again. Humpback babies nap behind mother whales' long and graceful flipper. As mother moves through the vast ocean, her mighty body creates a current that tows the sleepy baby along. Northern fur seals sleep in a heap when they're on the shore, but when they're in the ocean, they curl like jug handles and rock gently on the tide. Beluga whales float like white clouds, their blowholes in the air, or they doze peacefully beneath rich northern waters. Walruses snooze either on the chilly shore or in the icy sea. Thick blubber under their skin keeps them warm. Air sacs inside their necks hold up their heads and heavy tusks so they bob like buoys in the brine. Elephant seals pop through the surface to breathe in and out. Down, down, down they dive through dark, deep water, far, far below danger. They dream undisturbed. Sea otters doze above undersea kelp forests, wrapping the kelp strands around their tummies to anchor themselves in place. When it's very cold, they blanket their faces with their furry front paws. Then they shut their eyes tight and sleep through the night. It's fun to imagine a sleep in the deep, but a warm, cozy bed is the perfect spot for you to sleep. Open your mouth and give a great big yawn. You won't swallow a drop of salty water. Curl up, little person. Stretch out and sink onto your soft pillow. As you drift into deep blue dreams, you will float on gentle waves all night long. A big thank you to Arbordale Publishing for letting us read this book to you. They have a mission to get children excited about science and math through picture books. They're offering free digital books through May 15th and even more activities on their website. We'll have those links on our website, NBCConnecticut.com. Just search Kids Connection.
Are you doing your own fun activities at home? We want to see. Send us your photos and videos. You may see yourself on TV right here on NBC Connecticut.
We hope you enjoyed our show. Everything you saw today can be found on the NBC Connecticut YouTube channel. So grab an adult and you can watch again.
Thanks for watching. See you next week.